Happy Monday, April 20th. And today, boys and girls, is the first day of spring. I am so sad I don't get to start that with you in the classroom and change our sign over to spring, but we can share together in the beautiful sunshine outside. I hope that you will take a moment to look at the sun, look at the pretty flowers. You might be able to go outside and see some of the flowers outside and maybe listen. You might hear some birds chirping, maybe even see some butterflies. That would be very, very special. Beginning our next and final season together of spring before summer. So I just wanted to let you know today is the first day of spring, April 20th. And we are going to start off today's lesson with our shared reading. But first, we're going to be talking about our unit theme and what we've been learning for the last 2 weeks. So let's begin with that. You will see here our unit theme and opener, meeting our needs and wants. So why do we make choices? And during this time, I am going to review and remind you of some of the stories that we've read over the last couple of weeks. So in our first week, we read about a gift for mom. So I want you to be thinking for just a moment about that story, a gift for mom. And in that we learned that Marcus has a problem. That was what our first week was about, was problems and how to solve them. So he realized he found out it was his mother's birthday, and he didn't have enough money to buy a birthday gift for her. Okay? And so think, what did he do? How did he solve his problem? We learned that he put up a sign and he offered to do jobs for people to earn money. And in so doing, we saw in the story that he started to rake leaves and walk the dogs and wash the cars, and he earned enough money so that he could buy his mother a birthday gift. Then his second problem was he wasn't sure what to buy her. So he thought about it and he listened to her and he watched and observed and realized that she had a hat with a hole in it. So then that gave him an idea that he would buy her a hat for her birthday. And that is how he solved his problem. So we may discover as we're going through this unit, there might be some other things for us to try and solve and figure out. And one way that we can do that is by looking at illustrations and carefully reading our text and comparing those together. So our shared reading for today is titled Bear Needs Help. So that means that Bear has a problem. So think for just a moment. Bear needs help. What might he need help with? Think about that first. And of course, we don't know whether that's a fiction or a nonfiction until we look at the illustrations. So we're going to take a look at that right now. So here we have the illustrations for Bear Needs Help. We see that we have animals that are painting. Well, we know that animals cannot paint like real people, so we know that this must be a fictional story. But we see them doing things that real people can do. So this is a make-believe story about animals that act like real people. So we're going to begin by first just reading the text and understanding what this story is about.
Bear needs help. Bear wanted his kitchen painted, but he didn't have enough money to hire someone. So he called his pals. "Help me paint my kitchen, and I'll take you to the movies," he said.
Circle the words that begin with.
So we see that Bear has a problem, kind of like Marcus. What does Bear want? So first we have to figure out what he wants and figure out why he has a problem. So we read in this first part that Bear wanted his kitchen painted. So that's what he wanted, but what was his problem? If you guessed that his problem was that he didn't have enough money to hire someone, that is correct. He didn't have enough money, but he knew the job was too big for him to do himself. So he called his pals, and his pals were willing to come and help him. We see that they're helping him. And in return, what does Bear say that he'll do? If you guessed that he will take his friends to the movies, that is correct. So now we're going to go ahead and move into marking on our shared reading like we have always done the second day of our shared reading. So I hope that you have a pencil, a colored pencil, and highlighters nearby. And we're going to begin by first marking the end marks and the punctuation. So we see a comma here. That means we pause. We have a period here, which means we stop. Period here, we stop, and we have these fancy marks right here. Think about what those might mean, boys and girls. Well, if you guessed that it means someone's talking, that is correct. And we call those punctuation marks. And that means that the part that is around the punctuation marks is called the dialogue. So we're going to go ahead and underline right here. And this part all through the second line here and stop here. So Bear speaks quite a bit. He has
Movies.
a big, long
Someone.
sentence. Whoops.
So he called.
Okay. Sorry about that, boys and girls. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back and read this together slowly, and we're going to emphasize the punctuation marks. So when we come to a comma, we pause. We come to a period, we stop. And when we come to the dialogue that shows that the bear is speaking, then we want to change our voice. So we are going to begin now. So go ahead and follow with me. Ready, begin. Bear needs help. Bear wanted his kitchen painted, but he didn't have enough money to hire someone. So he called his pals. "Help me paint my kitchen, and I'll take you to the movies," he said. Oh, it looks like we forgot one of our periods. So I'm going to go ahead and just circle that. If you raised your voice when we did the speaking part, then you did that correctly. Excellent. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the words that begin with the letter P. So let's find all the words that begin with P. We have painted, and we're going to circle them. Painted. And over here we have pals and paint. So there's just 3 that start with the letter P. Okay? Then we're going to take a look at our sight words. And your new sight word this week, which will be introduced in your phonics lesson, is me. So we're going to go through here and we're looking for our sight words. We know that he is a sight word and have is a sight word. 2, he, and called is not. Me, that's our new one. And I guess we can go ahead and color an I for I'll. You, to, the, and last he and said. So there's quite a few. So we're going to get our pencil now and we're going to count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't count called. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is a lot of sight words. So we're going to go ahead now and write those sight words. Make sure you write small because there are a few words for us to write today. So we have he, have, 2, and then me, our new sight word, me, and I, you, the, said. Right. Okay, that's a lot of words. So you can go back and practice reading those. Up here in your picture, if you can think, boys and girls, of maybe um, a time when somebody helped you with something that you needed help with, you could draw a picture of that. Or if there's something maybe you would like somebody to help you with now, you can draw a picture of that as well. And that concludes our shared reading lesson for today on Bear Needs Help. I hope you enjoyed learning about Bear, and we will be doing another shared reading um, on Wednesday. And I hope that you have a very happy Monday and enjoy the spring and the beautiful sunshine. You might even want to draw a picture with the sun. All right, I hope to see you soon and have a very, very happy first day of spring. Bye-bye, boys and girls.